Hello, everybody. Long time no see. I know, I understand. I just got back from Anime Expo. It's it's been quite fun and exciting. I've just gotten back after 6 days of traveling, so I hope you guys are all doing well. A little bit of updates on myself. If you guys have been keeping up with me, you have noticed that I have not been doing as many car vlogs lately. Well, that's slightly because the PT is currently out of commission. I didn't get in an accident or anything like that. It's nothing too crazy. Basically, what happened is one night when I was traveling back home from a game of D&D, my car decided to quit accelerating. So, basically, what happened was through a lot of trials and tribulations, we eventually figured out it was the timing belt that has it basically broke. I mean, the PT has like 150,000 miles on it, and so since I inherited that car from family members, I do not know when the last time the timing belt was changed. To be fully honest, I've never heard of a timing belt needing changed until this happened to the PT. So, yeah, so she's been out of commission for a little bit. We thought it was some other problem. We had to fix some other things first on her, like we had to fix the powertrain control module, which is the computer of the car, and we fixed the cam sensor on it as well, because when PT is one of those car where you try and start it, you click it 3 times, it'll pop up codes and it'll kind of tell you what's wrong with the car. Well, it kept flashing the cam sensor even when we had changed the sensor, and so through a little more investigation and talking with some other people, we found out it was the timing belt. And so I've been a little tight on money, waiting for the Anime Expo to come, and so I've been kind of waiting on getting her fixed, because to be fully honest, I was really terrified to figure out how much it was going to cost to fix the PT. Because just like doing the powertrain control module and the cam sensor, it's really fucking hard to actually work on anything in the PT Cruiser. Like, it is seriously so compact and everything's just covered with everything else. It's like, okay, well, I have to remove this, this, and this to get to here, and then I even then have to peel some stuff back to even get to what I want to. And so after, playing around with it for a little while, we had to wait for the PCM come in. I was hoping that would fix it automatically, so that's why I was like, oh, I'll just wait till the PCM comes in and it'll be all fine and dandy. Nope. So, I decided to call a dealer before we left for the Anime Expo, and I was expecting like 1,500, anywhere between 1,500 and $2,000 to fix the PT, since A, it's the dealership, and B, you literally have to take the entire engine out of the PT Cruiser to even get to where the timing belt is. You literally have to take the entire engine out, and so I was getting really scared. And plus, I don't know if anything else is also broken on the PT. It happened while I was driving. And so, through some other work and stuff like that, I called up the dealership, and basically it's going to be anywhere between $850 to possibly $900, which is a lot better than what I was expecting. So, hopefully I can get the PT in within the next couple of days. So, that's why I haven't been doing any car vlogs, guys. I've been having Sean drive me back and forth to work, so, I can actually get to work. It's been a bit of a pain in the butt, but he's definitely helped out quite a bit, so I definitely appreciate him, driving me back and forth when my car decided to go kaput. So, I'm hoping within the next few days, since I have tomorrow off as well, I can get the PT up to the dealership, have them figure out everything that's wrong, and hopefully the engine itself isn't damaged. So, that's my major worry, is that the engine got damaged while I was driving, when the timing belt went out. And so, hopefully that'll get all fixed. However, on to the main subject that I wanted to actually talk to you guys about today, which was Anime Expo! Anime Expo! Anime Expo! Anime Expo! Woo! Yeah. Anime Expo was a lot of fun. Basically, we went down on the night of the 28th, like really late in the night. We packed all of our stuff up. It was Sean, Jacob, Jason, and I all in the car. Jason was a last minute recruit. He decided about 2 weeks prior that, hey, can I join you guys? Like, but yeah, run, fuck it, come on. So he was able to join us along, and we all drove down over to Dixon. Now in Dixon, a friend that I've known since I was like 11. She's basically my other sister, my other sister's best friend as well. So she's part of the family. We've known her for a really long time. We went over to her house in Dixon to pick up some cosplays that she's made. She made 3 cosplays. It was her own cosplay, uh, Jacob's cosplay, and then Hayden, one of our other friends' cosplayed. We were all doing an Avatar cosplay, and so everyone had their own different characters, and she was able to help the 2 non-sewing people with getting a costume all figured out. So went down there, stayed the night, because honestly, if we went from where we were in Humboldt all the way down to LA, that would have been like a 12-hour drive. So we were breaking it up into 2 little trips. We did a 5-hour drive over to Dixon, and then the next morning we got all ready, and then we drove from Dixon, took the 5, and went all the way down to Oxford, which is where one of our other friends lives. We had a little bit of interesting part on the drive. Granted, it was all fun and dandy. We were listening to Jacob's interesting rap music. Interesting. And really pretty sights and stuff like that. I don't like saying it, but I really do not like Southern California. I don't like it for the fact that it's dry and it's barren. It's like flatlands everywhere. Like, I don't like this. It is so open and there's no mountains. There's nothing. It's hot. The fuck. And so, driving down, and we came to this weird, like, stopping area. Like, we saw that there's construction going on and all that stuff. We're like, okay, we'll wait here. Wait till, we can do our pass and stuff like that. And about a half hour went by, and we're like, we see other cars coming the other way. The fuck? Like, what's going on? And about another 10 minutes later, a lady drives by us, and she's like, it's gonna be a 2-hour wait. We're like, what? And like 5 minutes later, we saw a tow truck come. We're like, ew. So it's not any of the construction going on to our right. It's actually probably someone got in an accident up front and backed up the highway for at least 3 miles. It was ridiculous. And so we got out, we turned around, and instead of waiting 2 hours, we decided to take like an hour and a half detour around, which kind of sucked because the little stretch of road we were on, we were literally like 3 to 5 miles away from I-5, which would have taken us straight over to Oxford and was the fastest route. So we had to go take an entire detour around. It's like, oh, this is exciting, but whatever. And so went over to Oxford, stayed the night at one of our other friends' place, and then the next day on the 30th, we all went down to the hotel we were staying at. I say hotel because it was an Airbnb technically, and it was a really, really fucking nice Airbnb. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. And so, excuse me, it was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath place. We always refer to it as the penthouse, if you would, because it was super fucking beautiful. It had 2 little balconies, one from the living room, one from technically, I guess, the master bedroom. I don't know. Both bedrooms had bathrooms within them, and then there was a bathroom laundry one right next to the front door. Really beautiful place. It was amazing. Only downsides were that sadly didn't really come with any amenities or anything like that. Like there was no food, there was no nothing. We had to go out and get toilet paper, stuff like that. And then I was hearing some stories from my sister Jeanette, my sister, and her friend Sarah, that they were really late in getting the keys to them because they were cleaning up the previous residence, if you would, mess. So, fun stuff. But it was beautiful. It was such a pretty place. We were able to fit all 10 of us in there. There was 10 of us all together. It was amazing. Couples stayed in the beds, and then singletons could stay either on the giant mattresses that they had stored in the closets or the couches that were available. And so it was really nice. It was a lot of fun. When we got there, we settled all of our stuff, and then we waited until everyone else came in. Around 7 o'clock, everyone was then at the penthouse, and we then went to get our badges. Actually, wasn't that bad in getting our badges. We maybe had to wait in line for like a half hour to an hour, depending, because we all had badges on our phone. And so you would bring up the email, and then you get your badge that way when you walked up and finally got your badge. Everyone was really nice. It was a good change of pace from when they did it last time. Last time I went was in 2011, and so it's been 5 years since I've been to Anime Expo. And so this was the 25th anniversary, so it was fun. And you'll see why I'm a little hesitant in saying it was fun. It was a lot of fun being with people. The walk from the hotel to the convention center wasn't that bad. It was maybe like a 10-minute walk. I mean, it definitely got your feet a little sore once you got there or once you got back, but it was definitely worth it getting something so close that wasn't a hotel room. You know, all of us could be together in one common room and just have a lot of fun compared to being split between 3 to 5 rooms. And so the first day of Anime Expo, Jeanette and I dressed up as Ruby. For all of you who've watched Ruby, I was Ruby herself, and Jeanette was Yang. And so we had a lot of fun. I didn't build Ruby's scythe, Crimson Rose. I should have, but to be fully honest, it was way too damn hot, and I was already wearing something black with a giant fucking cloak on. Way too hot. And there were so many people there, I would have felt really bad just like freaking like bursting everyone with a scythe. Props can be very obnoxious sometimes. So we did that. We got a lot of people who wanted our pictures and stuff like that. So that was really, it was a confidence booster. It's like, yay, people want our picture. And so there was also a little Ruby meetup later on that day. And so a whole bunch of people who were either really into Ruby or were doing also Ruby cosplays, we all met up and took pictures and stuff like that. It was really cool to see everyone else who did their own kind of renditions of the characters. There was one girl who was super sweet. She was playing as Penny. And the cloak that I had gotten was a little long, so I kind of had to carry it with me most of my day just so people behind me wouldn't like trip on it or I wouldn't trip on it. And she's like, oh, your cloak's really long. Let me help you out with that. I'm like, oh, well, I was planning on cutting it a little later on. I didn't figure it would be this much hassle. She's like, oh, wait, no. And so she got some safety pins, and she like pinned up my cloak just below my ankle line. And it was super sweet. She was just like, here, let me help you. And I'm like, thanks. When cosplayers come together. So, that was really nice of her. I really appreciated that. Had an excellent day overall the first day. Nothing too spectacular really happened. We're just kind of wandering around, going to different events when we could. And so, yeah, the second day, we all dressed up as our avatar outfits. And so, I myself was Ty Lee. I had made Ty Lee's outfit. My first time doing a sewing project. Yay! There's a lot of things I probably could have changed or have gone better. Sean was Blue Spirit. Sarah was a gorgeous UA. She was really pretty UA. Jeanette had Azula, but she decided last minute that it wasn't fully up to snuff, so she did not cosplay with us, which I was a little disappointed, Jeanette. Really wanted to see Azula. You worked so hard on her. And then Jacob was Swordmaster Sokka. Hayden was 3rd season Zuko, and is there anybody else? Oh yeah, and Bobby was Aang, 3rd season Aang, and then Michaela, his girlfriend, was 3rd season Katara. So it was really cute. Everyone had their own little tidbits in it. We also went to another group gathering for the Avatar people, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Second day, day 2. Like I said, tried to go to events when we could and stuff like that. It was a little disheartening because I had tried going and staying in line for a cosplay chess. Basically, people play people are chess pieces, but they're their own characters, and then there are two people who are playing a chess game who then move all the characters. Sadly, it was only the line was capped at 150 people, and I couldn't wait in line an hour early because we were becoming a fire hazard because we were in front of two freight elevators, and so I had gotten there an hour previously, right? I'd be like, hey, this is my spot in line. I want to get here. I want to be in here. I'm trying to wait for myself and two others because we really want to do this. But they're like, no, 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 you guys all can't be here because there's like 200, 300 people like trying to get in line for this event. They're like, no, 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 you can't wait here. There's another workshop trying to get in line, so you guys have to disperse for now. I'm like, okay, I come a half hour early then. I waited a half hour, came back, and the line was already capped. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, oh yeah, it's capped at 150, so everyone else, I'm sorry, you guys have to leave. I'm like, you know how many people have tried getting into this event? There's like at least 300 to like 400 people trying to get in line for this event, and you cap it at 150? It's very poor planning, considering it's such a popular event too. And even earlier that day, we had all tried getting into the Japanese tea ceremony, which was a really popular one, and Sean and Hayden really wanted to go to it. Because, they're trying to do it for character for Uncle Iroh, and then it's just a really fun thing that you get to do. Japanese tea ceremonies, it's a really pretty thing, and they had capped that off, and we couldn't get into it either. And we're like, as two workshops in a row, which is only one for the entire convention, for that one day, it's like this is the only time they're having it, and they capped it off at 150. You know how many people are at Anime Expo? You know how many? We looked it up. Don't worry, we looked it up. The year that we went in 2011, there was 160,000 people. Last year in 2015, it was 300,000 people. So we're kind of estimating it to be around like 360,000 people, maybe a little more. So it's nearly doubled since the last time my sister and I had gone to Anime Expo. And so we're like, the fuck? A lot of people were calling it Line Con. It's literally you had to stand in line for like a bajillion fucking things. And so that was kind of disheartening, but that night we went to a comedy show. And so that was really fun and it was a good comedy show. It was good. Luckily we had already gotten pre-tickets, so we're like, haha motherfuckers, you can't tell us to go away. And so we at least had tickets to that, so we were getting that fairly easily. So we were waiting in line for to go to the bathroom before the comedy show, right? And so the girls and I were going to the bathroom, we're waiting, we go and do our thing, and all of a sudden I start hearing Jeanette and Sarah start like cracking up in their stalls. I was like, the hell? Okay, whatever. They might be a little, drunk because we may have had a shot or two before leaving the hotel room. And so I was like, okay, whatever, and, wash my hands and left. And they come out of the bathroom, they're still giggling. I'm like, what the hell was so funny? And Jeanette's like, well, I was in the bathroom doing my thing, and all of a sudden I just see Sarah's hand reach underneath the stall, grab my backpack, and bring it to her stall. And she's like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. And, she's like, what the fuck could Sarah be doing? And, she hears her open up the backpack, and Jeanette comes to the realization of, wait a minute. We brought that bottle of vodka in a water bottle. Sarah, are you drinking in the bathroom? And then, it was silent, and all you hear is Sarah opens up a fucking soda in the stall. And it was just, Jeanette, they lost it. They lost it at that point. And as they were telling me this story, I was like, really? You mix the vodka into your soda in the bathroom stall? Sarah's like, yeah, and? So that was pretty entertaining. Day 3, we all just kind of chilled, didn't really want to do much, so we all went in our normal gear and went all throughout the dealer's hall. Just kind of like wandered dealer's hall, wandered alley. Wandered both of those for a fun time. I was with Jeanette and Sarah for most of the day. We were kind of trying to go in a grid pattern throughout the hall, and you know, we had wandered that, I at least was in there for it about like 4 to 5 hours, just like wandering the dealer's hall, trying to see cool things and a lot of interesting things. And, you know, after a while, we're like, hey, you know, let's go sit down, let's go grab something to eat. And so we go out into the little food court area. We search for a spot, because literally, you have to be really hardcore and looking for a spot, you know. Be nice, but be aggressive. Be nice, but be aggressive. A nice little spot, and we had 2 chairs. And so Jeanette was standing, she's, you know, looking around, and this really nice gentleman came up and gave her a chair. He's like, here you go, I see you're standing, here's this. We're like, oh, thank you so much, you know, we really appreciate that. And so, you know, we're sitting, letting our feet rest, and Jen's like, I'm gonna go get some food because I'm really hungry. I'm like, okay, you know, we think it's a little too expensive. It is a con, we understand that. But to be fully honest, I'm not gonna pay, you know, $12 for a tiny little hamburger, which I can get something bigger outside with the food trucks. And so she goes and she leaves. And Sarah and I are sitting, we're like, what to do? I had my foot curled around the chair next to me, which was Jeanette's chair, so that no one could just, you know, take it. And so we're sitting. And all of a sudden, the girl just comes up, grabs the chair and starts walking off. And Sarah and I started screaming like, hey, wait, you know, wait. We were still using that chair. And so I get up because I'm like, oh, hell no. And so I walk over to where she was. I was like, hey, you know, we were saving that chair. My sister's about to be back in like a minute. And she totally ignores me. So I'm like, okay, fine. I go around to where she was at. And at that time, someone had asked her if they could take a picture of her because she was, you know, she was dressed up. And I was like, thank you. And I just like went right in between them, grabbed the chair, and walked away and walked back to our seat. You know, put the chair down, put my foot on the chair. I was like, this chair is not moving. And the girl starts talking about me. She's saying, like, well, that bitch, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Sarah was starting to get livid. She's like, in her, like, little black face, she's like, oh, hell, fuck. She was ready to, like, fucking take out earrings and go, like, go cut a bitch. I was like, no, Sarah, just don't even bother. It's not even worth it, you know? She can call me whatever the fuck she wants. If she wants to be a little Chris, whatever. To be fully honest, I was proud of myself at that moment. Working in retail does quite a bit for you. Not in like a weird morbid way or anything like that, but it really builds your confidence up when dealing with people. And so if I had done that, like when I had been here last time, I would have been like, oh, okay. Let's search for another chair, guys, because that one got taken. You know, I wouldn't have stand up for myself. And so I was really proud of myself, which is going over there, grabbing it, and coming back, saying, no, this is not yours, this is mine. If you want to fight me for it, bring it. And, you know, Sarah and I started talking about it, and Sarah's getting all riled up, more riled up than I was, even though she was talking about me. And I'm just like, whatever, she wants to be salty, she can be salty to her friends. She's the one that has to sit on the table now. The biggest thing about cons, when you're in a giant area filled with thousands of people, you have to be courteous. You have to be kind. You know, you can be aggressive, but be courteous. You know, you need to get to a spot, you're like, hey, excuse me, and you kind of push your way through. Courteous, but aggressive. If you need a chair, you know, you'd be like, hey, are you using this? And, you know, if they say no, they're not, then you can take it. Or, you know, when people are waiting on tables for you, you're like, hey, are you about to get up here soon? We like to sit down. And, you know, be like, oh, yeah, no problem. We're about to leave. You know, it's things like that. You're around a bunch of nerds. Be nice to each other. You are not cool in this vicinity. You're surrounded by nerds. So, that was that fun little highlight. And so, Jeanette had come back like a minute later, literally. And Sarah's still all wild up. And we're just like, yeah, we just had this whole fiasco. It's okay. Jeanette's like, okay. And so, we then decided to go ahead and go back to the room so that Jeanette could change. Jeanette, on day 3, decided to go as Matsumoto. She does a damn good Matsumoto, like tits out and everything. Like she had quite a few pictures taken care of her, and then she also had quite a few stares as well, which was quite entertaining. So went back to the room, chilled for a little bit, and then we started heading back around 7 for the masquerade that night. Masquerade was really good. I got a couple of videos of it. A lot of people did really good cosplays or did some good skits and stuff like that. It's usually a fun night for those instances. And so went back to the hotel. We were trying to do champions. We tried so hard to do champions, but it was just way too late and people were still working on things. I'm sorry, but I do not think it was a good idea for us to try and push that in there. I know we all love champions, and I know we all love, doing tabletop games, but it was kind of a rushed mistake. I mean, I would have totally loved it, but it was like 1:30 in the morning. I don't want to be up this late. I've been walking around all day. I'm super tired. No, thank you. I stayed there for like 10 minutes while Will was trying to do his whole intro thing, and I'm just like, it sounds really cool, but dude, it's a little late. I am not an all-nighter like you guys. I'm sorry. And so eventually I ended up going to bed, and then day 4. So day 4 is only open until 10 to 3, right? And so we all rushed in again, looked at the artist alley, went and looked at the dealer's hall, see what else we could have found that we liked. I got a couple of cool things because I had cash burning in my wallet, and so I'm like, no, I need to get something for myself. I have not spent any money yet this time in this trip. I thought I was gonna spend a lot more, and so I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna get something. I had been planning on getting a couple of things. Like I wanted a new shirt, so I got a couple of new shirts. As you see from this one, it's a cute little squiddy that says, "You've got to be squidding me," which is really adorable and I really like. There's another one I got too that had an otter on it that says, "I'm otterly adorable." Love it. Love otters. Otters, yes. Otters are like my favorite creature ever. They are so adorable. River otters to be specific for most of you. So we found a couple of booths, got a couple of t-shirts, got some cute little pins, got a mystery box. The mystery box was a fun one. Basically, it was this booth that had, you would get 6 random things in a box, and you had a chance of winning a big prize, like either a Halo helmet, a Mega Man helmet, or like a PS4. And so they had a little table where you can open it to see if you won those prizes. More often than not, most people didn't. It was probably like a 5% chance that you could have gotten those. And so I've gotten a cool little box. We got a couple of them. They were little question marks, like from Mario, or there were companion cubes. There were a couple of other booths that had like Pokemon ones or like Minecraft chest ones. They were cool, but I don't think they would have much in them that I would like. I mean, not even the ones that I got had really much that I really liked. Don't get me wrong. Got a couple of cute things, Got some cute shot glasses, got some cute little figurines, kind of cute stuff like that. The funniest part was Sean had gotten one. It was near the end of the 4th day, and he had gotten Jon Snow from Game of Thrones little figurine, right? And it was like limited edition Jon Snow, and he was like, "Oh, this is really cool." The guy next to him like flips his shit. He's like, "Oh my god, it's Jon Snow!" And he's like freaking out. He's like, "Dude, I gotta trade you for this. Come on, what do you want? I have all this stuff. What do you need?" He eventually ended up buying like 2 more boxes, and a total of 3 mystery boxes, which are about $35 each, to try and find something that Sean would trade for. I don't remember what Sean traded him specifically for, but he eventually, gave it to him, and we had gotten all this stuff. They were doing some trading and all this other bullshit, but there were so many people trying to trade because it was starting near towards the end of that dealer's hall, and so finally we looked it up later. That freaking doll's only worth like $10. It's only worth like $10, but he got like probably $60 worth of stuff just for that one action figure, and so we were like, sweet. So I did get a couple of cool things. Like I got some cute decals. I got little sit sprites for my computer, and I also got 2 Destiny logos. The one with the Traveler on it, and it has the Destiny logo. Also got a cute little Totoro one. I put the I got a black and a white Destiny one. I have a black Destiny decal on the back of my laptop, and then the white one on my Xbox One to try and kind of like differentiate between Sean and I, because our Xbox Ones are like right next to each other. As I had shown you guys before, I had slightly drawn on my Xbox One controller to kind of differentiate it a little bit. So once again, they're exactly the same. I put the little sit sprites right next to my mouse pad on my laptop, and then I put the Totoro one on Sean's Xbox One, because I know he really likes Totoro. He's a dork like that and adorable. Loves Totoro. But the things that I was really, really excited that I got were these. Now, I had never owned personally a sword before. And so I had gotten this beauty. Did you guys see that real quick? I really like the handle on this. I like the little, I like the white handle. I love the hilt, or the guards. The guards are super cool. And then this is kind of like a purplish. I don't know if you guys can really see that well. But it's a really purple, really pretty sword. And so it opens up like this, and the guards are right there. So I was really excited to get this one. The lady who I was buying from was saying that she could do 2 for $50. And so these guys were about $30 each. And so I was like, oh, 2 for $50. Okay, sweet. I can get 2 swords for $50, whatever. To be feeling honest, I was expecting to just pay like $150 for one sword and then just be done with it. But these ones came out really pretty. Here's the other one. Has like a little simple silver flowers on it. It's sleek, it's slender, it's simple. I liked it for its simplicity. And then it doesn't have a guard or anything on it, but it's still really pretty, and I really like it. These are my get the fuck out of my house swords. So, like I said, I never owned personally a sword before, and so these ones are my first ones. So I was super excited about that. Didn't really get much else besides that. I mean, a little bit of knickknacks here and there, which I'll show you guys probably in a later video. But yeah, I mean, the hard part was nothing really that I needed. Granted, yes, I'm at Anime Expo. I don't need anything there, but you know, I was trying to look for things that I could use on a daily basis. I've kind of grown out of that fact of I don't need plushies. I don't need action figures. My house isn't really decorated enough to like have shelves of action figures or anything like that. And so I was like, let's stray away from those two things. Don't need action figures, don't need plushies. Anime Expo's action figures and plushies. I was like, fuck. So it took me a really long time to find something that I really liked. The swords were number one thing that I wanted. I knew I wanted those, so I was like, yes, found them. And there was one other thing that I got, which I'll bring it down probably later, but it was a little ring that I had gotten. It was probably more expensive than I kind of maybe spent a little bit too much on it. It was an $8 ring, but it was really cool. It was a wolf skull mold. That, you know, it was a wolf skull, and the mold was really tiny, but it was so nicely detailed that you can actually like see the muscle points on the jaw. You could see its, you know, all of its little teeth and all that stuff. It was a really good done. It was a well-made mold, and then it was on kind of like one of those Victorian style frames, if you would. You know, it has like little frills on the side and it's black. I really like it. It's my new favorite ring. And so I got to talk to the lady for a little while, and we got to discuss skulls and all of that, because I noticed she had these little headpieces that had muskrat skulls on them. Like, are these real? She's like, oh yeah, they're totally all real. They're all, you know, they're not molds or anything like that. These ones are the real ones. I'm like, how do you guys manage that? So we got into talking about skulls and all that stuff, and she eventually directed me over to another booth that had more skulls, and they had raccoon skulls. They had a whole bunch of other stuff, and I was like, oh my god, these are super cool, but also really expensive. So I was like, well, let's pass on that for now. I first need to get cool little shadow boxes to actually put things on there. So yeah, I mean, I at least got 2 shirts. These ones are tank tops, so I can actually wear them underneath my work shirt and stuff like that, and not just have them be regular t-shirts. So uh, that was kind of nice. The swords were a good touch. So overall, I think I did a pretty good job with getting a nice haul. I mean, especially with the random boxes, got cute little. The box was really cute. To be fully honest, I liked and enjoyed the box more than the contents inside. So the mystery boxes were fun, and so that was good. Then on day 4, we all cleaned up, all that good stuff. And then head out. We just went straight to Dixon, dropped off Sarah's stuff again, and then went straight back home, which is today. Yay! Um, it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time in that penthouse. It was nice having everyone there. I mean, I made breakfast 2 mornings. I made like scrambled eggs and bacon. I made pancakes one morning. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. There were a couple of downsides, like waiting in line 24/7. The hard part with having such a big group is buying for a big group, like buying food for a big group and not breaking the bank, or trying to all stay together. It's fun staying together so that you all can share experiences. However, I have a big pet peeve of waiting on people. I do. Aside from that, it was nice, We all got to see each other. It's been a long time since all of us have been together. I've known these people all since high school, so it was a lot of fun. I really do appreciate seeing all you guys. It was it's definitely gonna go in the memory banks, and so it was nice. It was a lot of fun, and so I am now back home and trying to get my house back together because it has been exploded with things everywhere. As you guys see, probably, I got my hair cut by the wonderful Sarah. I no longer have freaking long ass hair. It's getting super annoying. The only reason why I didn't cut it was for Ty Lee, so I didn't have to get extensions for it. Which, even then, I ended up not getting extensions, even though I should have. The plan was I was going to grow my hair out as long as I could, and then put the ponytail on top of my head, and then get a little bit of extensions to make up for the last bit of it. Totally forgot about the extensions. Ended up just braiding my hair to the side. It looked good. It didn't look shitty at all. But like I said, I probably could have done something, a little more better. But so right before we left, Sarah did a quick cut on my hair. It's a nice little A-line cut. So this is what I've been wanting. I like my short hair. I like short hair. Short to medium hair is my thing. Long ass hair like I had? Mm-mm. I mean, granted, you can do a lot with long hair, but short hair. Short. This is my style. So, now that I'm done ranting and raving, and this is going to become a really long video, I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope to start doing car videos again, or car vlogs, but we'll see how well that goes with the PT Cruiser. I hope to also continue doing the video games that I've been doing as well. As you guys see, the Dead Space 1 is up and fully done. Sorry for the audio at the end. I had accidentally turned up my TV a little too loud. Didn't realize my headset was so good at picking up background noise. So, hopefully gonna improve on that. I eventually want to get my face in with the video. I have to figure out what program to do that with, because it's really hard to find one. And I suck at finding those things and actually figuring out how to do it. So yeah, that is Anime Expo. I can probably talk more about it to you guys on, other vlogs, but this one's becoming a little too extensive. So, alright everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. It's good talking to you guys again. It's nice to actually, tell stories and stuff to a camera. To you guys watching and stuff like that. It's nice. I do enjoy it. So, hope you guys all have a wonderful night, and remember to smile. See you guys.